Hello, NYWC-ites. I am the administrator of the NYWC message board, Robert Lottie. Till I Collapse 2016 is in the history books. Here is what went down. The show begins with A-listers Absolute Alvin and Ultimo Maya taking on J-Red and the GIT, Gangsta in Training. That was a no contest when Alvin's personal security, Bishop, tripped either GIT or J-Red, and IRA, who was in the corner of GIT and J-Red, he goes after Bishop, and they have a Pier 6 brawl. Up next, we saw Starlet action as the Devil Doll defeated Sammy Pickles to retain the Starlet Championship. Up next, in a return bout from Hotter Than Hell, Angelo Andrews defeated Aiden Bale. Next, we saw Pro Wrestling Maniac Joe Gacy go one-on-one with former Hound of Hatred member Mouse, and as the match went on, the Sullivans, Boo and Bam, are about to come into the ring, and Joe Gacy takes the microphone, and he tells Mouse that he promised Bull James he wouldn't let anything happen to him, and tells Mouse to get out of here. Mouse leaves the ring and goes underneath the ring while the Sullivans attack Gacy, and as a result, Gacy won the match on disqualification. Next up, we had a three-way matchup, which saw Maxwell Jacob Feinstein with Otto Von Knox and General Romero defeat Flawless Blake Morris and the Greek god Papa Don, who had the sure thing John Shane in his corner. Very good matchup, and definitely Maxwell has a future for himself. Not just as a wrestler. I think he could do well in commentary, too. There was intermission at that point, and it was intermission at that point in time, and then we resumed with the second Elite Athlete Challenge as Elite Athlete Mike Orlando was in the ring with Anna Teresa, and he was in search of Premier Athlete Tony Nese, who wasn't there again, and Tony Nese's music begins to play, but out comes a young man to answer the Elite Athlete Challenge, and he took the microphone. He's calls himself Johnny Future. The match was on, and Mike Orlando got the victory, and I will say Johnny Future did, he had put in more of an effort than, he got more offense than, I forgot who that was, at Hotter Than Hell last month that Orlando defeated. Up next, out comes the Rocky Mountain Madman, John Sawyer, and he took the microphone and he mentioned something about Donald Trump, and I forgot, he kind of was putting down the Matter of Pride event, which will be happening. And out came the Fella Twins, Rick Cataldo and Eddie McQueen, and Cataldo called Sawyer trash, and they had a match right then and there, which saw Cataldo make Sawyer tap out to the Muda Lock. After the match, Cataldo and McQueen were on the microphone talking about who's going to win the Matter of Pride tournament, and I don't know if there was trouble in paradise there, but I'm not attending that event. Next up, we saw an 8-man tag team match. The Sullivans, Boo and Bam, joined forces with King Mega and Apollyon as they defeated JT Kaysen, Jesse Vane, and the Benson Bros, Rad, Brad, and CJ. And in the main event of the evening, we saw Randy Summers with a new look challenge the Devil's Outlaw Stockade for the championship, which saw Stockade defeat Randy Summers in a last man standing match to retain the championship. During this matchup, Brandon Watts eventually came out, and I know among things involved there was a kendo stick, a barbed wire board. Randy Summers brought a big ladder to the ring, big box of Lego blocks, and pretty brutal match, and Stockade prevailed. He's still the champion. Now, for our personal notes, welcome back Jessica, who had not been in NYWC for some time. Hopefully her friend Kim, who drove her to the show, will come back in the future. Great talking with Kyle, a.k.a. Diamond Cutter, on the NYWC message board. I don't know who else. Great seeing, of course, Shane, John, Forge, Surprised I did not see one Jim Lundis in the building. Oh boy. Surprisingly, this show ended around the 9:15 p.m. range. But we did go to Twisted Shamrock after the show, and Twisted Shamrock, I gotta say, those wings were good, but they didn't fill me up. And I hope DJ Brent's bringing karaoke back in the future. Miss doing karaoke in that place. And great talk with Pete Rosado, who's a commentator for Bree Combination Wrestling. General Romero came over to talk for a bit. Dang it. Man, so who else I remember seeing at the party? I mean, it was pretty. The place got crowded as the time went on. Shane, I don't know if that was you or someone else chanting my name as Jessica and I were dancing to Phil Collins' One More Night. And let's see. Other things I want to talk about here. I do say that, well, since next month is House of Madness on Saturday night, October 22nd, which is going to mark 1 year since the Hounds of Hatred came together. Hey, Boo Sullivan, you by any chance are you going to have wear face painted Halloween colors possibly? I did enjoy your Incredible Boo look. I forgot that was in July or August. But House of Madness Saturday, October 22nd. Here's one match I'd like to see. I'd like to see J-Red, G-I-T, and IRA against Absolute Alvin, Ultimo Maya, and Bishop. I'd like to see the Sullivans defend the Tag Team Championship against the Benson Bros. Dang it. Wow. I can't remember, what else. Great seeing Joey out there. That's funny. Before entering the building, I remember talking with Joey and Jessica about the early days of NYWC when there would be a big line of people waiting to get into the shows. I don't know if, I'm guessing due to life getting in the way for a lot of fans, or maybe fans gave up on the product due to a lot of their favorites not being in NYWC anymore, or a lot of their favorites not wrestling anymore at all. Ugh. I don't know what is really, where the fan base has gone, even though we had a pretty good crowd, which did come in long after the door was open. And also, I remember talking with Kyle, a.k.a. Diamond Cutter, on the message board about bringing a big name. I mean, I remember in the early days, they had big names like Jerry Lynn, Ultimo Dragon. I remember they brought in Terry Funk. I was thrilled to meet him back at Psycho Funkin' Circus in early 2008. I know they had Tommy Dreamer, they had Mick Foley. I mean, yeah, granted, it does cost money to bring in a name, but I don't know, at this point in time, I don't know who is left for the Devil's Outlaw Stockade. I mean, who's really left for him? Randy Summers got his opportunity. He did a great 3 matches with JT Kaysen. He defeated Eddie Kingston, and he defeated Anthony Sarah, and he was victorious at Psycho Circus. I mean, who's left for this man to face? Who can possibly who in NYWC really deserves a shot at that belt? And also, unfortunately, with the tag team champions in an 8-man tag, the belts were not defended, and Fusion champion Tyler Murphy was not on the show. I don't know what happened there. I mean, House of Madness is the big one, and so I was surprised no match, not even one match was announced for that show, for House of Madness Till I Collapse. I think, let me see, what else can I mean, I really don't know what you guys can do. I mean, I just hope you got big plans, considering House of Madness is the biggest show of the fall. And let's see, it was something else I was going to say. Dread. Well, like I said, I hope big things are coming. Great seeing Donnie again for the first time in months. I thought maybe he wasn't coming since he did not get back to me after I left him a message over a week plus before the show took place. But definitely NYWC, always a fun time. And oh shit, we do have a memorable quote, folks. You're gonna eat all that by yourself? Mikey Whipwreck, when he noticed what I bought from the concession stand. I'm hungry like the wolf, like Duran Duran said. Me in response. So yeah, House of Madness, October 22nd, and it might be a case of trick or treat. By the way, speaking of the fact that it's so close to Halloween, NYWC, have you thought about maybe having a Halloween costume contest with the fans? I seriously doubt I would put on a costume myself, but that sounds like a fun idea, especially since someone was wished a happy birthday Till I Collapse. I think that'd be nice if that would happen, if they did that, have a costume contest, and I don't know what kind of prize, well, may or may not have a prize to give away, but that would be a great idea, because it's happening so close to Halloween. But then again, NYWC, it's crap. Yeah, it's pretty much always a great time to be there, and NYWC rules.